Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're at a dentist's office and what we're going to do is basically cover this reception area, the countertop. So what we're going to do like last time is use an interior film. What we're going to do is the top part, we're going to use this black wood grain fill for the top part of this counter as well as the bottom toe kick. And for the main panel right here, we're going to use this leather looking, I don't know how to explain this, nice leather white film just to cover it. So we're going to show you and we'll focus on the main big issues that might be a little bit troublesome, but this project should be doable. Okay, so before we start, remember to always clean the area that you're going to work with. So I already previously cleaned the countertop and it's pretty dirty. So you want to make sure there's no debris or dust or any imperfections because it'll affect the film. So one thing to remember is this is, if you can tell, there's a corner here. So what we're doing is starting from the middle of the corner and going out towards the edges. Okay, as you see, I have a helper because this film is really long and I need someone to hold it still for me. So basically what you do is, as we did with the previous film, we take a little bit, paste it, and go slowly, okay? So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of the corner. Remember, only fold the paper, not the film, because it will show on the film itself. A little bit at a time, fold it in. I already marked the counter where I want to place the film so that it's easier for me to basically, a little bit of slack. Okay. Just get the corner in first so that basically you won't have any shimmying and imperfections, okay? Okay, so after you push it, remember you pull back the sticker a little bit at a time. And then I use my trusty lamb wool, basically. Push the center slightly and push out the air. Again, pull. Toward the center slightly, out the air. This will take a little bit of time, but be patient. So on the edges, you want to use your scraper so you can press the film against the wall, but gently so you won't rip it. There you go. So right now what we're going to do is basically, before we turn on the hair dryer, what we're going to do is focus on this corner. And the hair dryer is basically going to be able to stretch out so that we can basically capture the corner as cleanly as possible. So that's what we're going to do right now. As you apply the heat, the film will slowly start to stretch, as you can see. Okay, as you can see, we stretched out the film. If you look, I know it looks a little weird and crazy right here, but basically our main purpose is this. You can see this is the corner. All we need is a smooth area up to at least about a 1/4 inch. for the purpose of on this side, when we lay the film down, it will overlap and then we can cut it out. So this, I know it looks weird, don't worry about it too much. Just make sure when you stretch out the film with the heat, you stretch it out enough that you have a smooth surface like up to here. If you see that, this part will be cut, so it will be all smooth, okay? Now we're gonna go on to basically putting the film on. Here, the film has already attached, it's fine, you can just pull it out. And what we're gonna do, just like our table that we filmed before, we're gonna get our finger and slowly smooth out the corner. And this is a rounder surface, so just make sure that you put slight pressure, but even pressure, then you can release the air bubble around the corners. I love this thing. It doesn't scratch anything. It pushes the air out real quick. So here, after we finished putting down the film, right here is also round at the bottom. Just like the table, it's a little rounded up here. Just like the table we did in the other video, you're gonna take your finger and rub it against. But here, it's a little harder because we use the heat to stretch it a little bit, so there's gonna be a little bumps. But all you're gonna do is rub your finger and it'll push the air out. However, if you still see some air, you just use the scraper as before and just push it out. Alright, so we're going to cut the corner. Remember, we want to have an overlap. So I don't know if you can see the little line from the corner. We just want a little bit of room so that when we do this side of the film, we can cover it. But we don't want to cut it precisely at the corner because we want some leverage. So what we're going to do is we're going to slightly, this part we're not going to use. Remember, we're going to cut up to just a little bit, right? You get a ruler, you don't need this big, huge thing, but whatever you need. Hopefully my arm isn't in the camera, but, and then make sure you cut it, hold it down. Okay, make sure that you can try to level your cut all the way down. It's going to be a little bit tricky. And here at the bottom, you want to try to eyeball it, because obviously you can't really put a ruler down there. So now we're going to do the other side of the countertop. Same process. Alright, so here we're at the corner again. Before we did an overlap, about probably like a quarter, less than a quarter. But here we're going to actually cut from exactly corner to corner as close as you can. Okay, so this is where you need a very sturdy hand. And make sure when you cut, Don't do it too deep because it'll cut through both film and you don't want that. You just want the top layer. Okay, so make sure you have the corner to corner. Do it ever so slightly. Okay, and here we're gonna do an angle about 45, not even. I'm gonna peel it off slowly. Leave it at the corner. Here, I know this ruler is huge. Again, try to get at the corner. And then there you go.